So I just came back from watching the movie Trap by M. Night Shyamalan, and it's not very good. I gotta preface this and say that this is all just my opinion, and it's not like a general like statement or whatever, just in case people think that I'm just being elitist or something like that. This is just my opinion on the movie, and you know, that's it. It is. I'm just gonna do a mostly spoiler-free review of this movie just because I just watched it and I like movies, I already know. So I want to talk about this real quick. So M. Night Shyamalan is usually pretty like hit or miss when it comes to his movies. He either's got like these goated movies like The Sixth Sense, or he's got like these terrible movies like The Happening. And Trap is like, I don't know how to rank Trap. It's like in between, kind of. I mean, it's like not a great movie, but like I had such a fun time with it, okay? So the premise of the movie is literally like, apparently there's this guy, he's gotta like bring his daughter into like a concert that she really wanted to go to. He brought her to this concert, she's all excited and whatnot, and he's going to. And apparently, at this concert with this pop star, they are setting the entire concert up as a trap for a serial killer known as the Butcher. Now, M. Night usually has plot twists in his movies. This one, the plot twist is pretty much given to you right away. It's like, the dad is the Butcher. They prove it pretty much right in the beginning of the movie that it's in the trailer and everything. It's not like I'm spoiling the movie by telling you this. The dad is the Butcher, he's in the trap, and the entire premise of the movie is him trying to get out of the trap now that he knows that the trap is set for him and he's stuck here at this concert with all these people, like, and they got like SWAT and cops and everything, FBI, they're all here to take him down because he's killed like 10 people already, and they're like, we got him. Apparently they found him because of like a mistake he made. I'm not gonna say specifically what it was that was the mistake because it becomes a pretty important plot point, but he made a mistake, so they found out where he's gonna be this particular day. So they set a trap and they lock all the doors and stuff. They don't tell anybody else about it, and it's just like the only people that know are like the staff at the concert, the facility or whatever. Now, the reason this movie isn't really that good is because like it's just the first half of the movie is like plot convenience the movie. I mean, like every single time he needs to get somewhere, it just works. Every single time. There's no tension because he literally just, as soon as something goes wrong, he's like, bro, I got it. The things just work for him. For example, the only reason that he knows, and this is in the trailer too, this isn't a spoiler. The only reason he knows that this is a trap set for him is because this random dude that sells t-shirts at the place tells him the entire plot of the movie right away. Like, actually, he just tells him. It's just this funny black dude, and he's just like, hey, yo, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but like, this is a trap for the Butcher. You ever heard of the Butcher? Bro, I've been following him for a long time. He's so crazy, but it's kind of cool, and like, you know, he's just like, oh my god, he's just built different, blah, 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 and you know, just make sure you know this is a trap, but don't tell anybody. I'm not supposed to tell you. And I'm like, well, now he knows he's in a trap. Movie's going to plot now, and he knows everything because this one guy decided to like spill the beans to him, and all he did was ask why there were so many cops outside. Like, he was like, why are there so many cops? It's weird, man. Why is all these? And he's like, because it's a trap for the Butcher, but keep it on the hush. I can't say nothing. And I'm like, all right, fine. Movie has to movie. So that ends up happening. He says that. But then later on, he goes back because they didn't have the t-shirts that he needed at the time. So he goes back later to get the t-shirt for his daughter. Like, it's a souvenir that she wants. Like, it's a t-shirt for the pop star or whatever. And you know, they got rid of the last small that he needed. So he goes back later and gets it. But like, they have to go to like the back room. And while he's in the back room with this guy who just, for whatever reason, he just lets him walk to the back room to get the shirts. Like, this random dude, he just lets him go back there. And then while he's back there, he just so conveniently sneaks the freaking ID card that he needs to get into employees only sections off his back pocket without that guy noticing. And I'm like, okay, that's another completely convenient thing that doesn't make any sense. All right, fine. And then he uses that card to get inside of an employee section with all the SWAT doing a meeting that they should have had already before they came to do this in the first place. And then after that, when he gets in this room, he walks into the room and he's just staring at these people with SWAT, and he like put the little clip on him that has the ID, and he's like, sorry guys, I gotta go check the coffee machine. And they're just like, okay. And I'm like, huh? He's the only staff that walked in here talking about, I gotta check that. He didn't even say he wanted to drink coffee. He had to check it. What? And then when he goes to check it, while he's checking it, he manages to like sneak a walkie-talkie off of a SWAT jacket. Huh? Bro, I'm telling you, the first half of the movie is just plot convenience. The movie, every single time he gets stuck, he just figures it out. The movie helps him get there. Like, there's no tension at all in the first half. And the acting in the movie is like funny. It's like not bad, but like I can't tell if you're supposed to take the first half of the movie seriously, because the way that they act and talk to each other is like they talk in a very weird way. It's like they're like, I'll give you an example of how they talk. So like, for example, he has a lot of conversations with his daughter because he's there with his daughter, right? So like, whenever he's talking to her and he wants to do something, he's trying to like sneak around in a way that's convenient to her. Like, he's trying to make it not look suspicious. And every time he's trying to do something, he looks at her, he's like, hey honey, listen, do you want to go downstairs in that illegal section and see if anything's wrong down there? Maybe we could find out what's going on, how they did their stage stuff. Doesn't that sound great? And he does this weird smile thing every time. He's just, yeah, that sounds awesome, right? And I'm like, this is the most suspicious and hilarious thing I've ever seen. Like, why is he talking like this to everybody? It's so weird. Hey, question, where do you keep your t-shirts? And I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm supposed to take this seriously. Like, if I'm supposed to take this seriously, that is insane. There's no way. There's also this like side plot where like his daughter has like beef with like this other girl from school or something, and like her mom is there at the concert and she's like, hey, you're here too, we should totally talk and make sure our daughters are friends. And it's like weird because it's like probably the most unnecessary character thing in the entire movie. It's funny. It's so funny because it's so random and dumb, but it's like if that whole part with this side plot of these people having beef was out of the movie, it wouldn't change the movie at all. It just doesn't need to be in there at all, but it's like funny, so I'm not gonna rip into it that much. And then blah blah blah, that's all that. So basically the very first half of the movie is like him in the concert pretty much, and like he's just trying to figure out how to maneuver around these SWAT people, doing all these weird little things, messing with people that are like all the staff in certain ways to be like experimental, make things work. Things just kind of work for him all the time, and he's just kind of, there's no stress. You don't have to worry because, I mean, I guess that's supposed to be the point because he's got like OCD, right? They make it very important that you know he has OCD, so he's like, I guess, able to just do these things very easily with no stress. He's supposed to be super good at it. And the walkie in his ear that he stole conveniently, they just tell him every single plot device as he goes. Like, he's just listening and they're like, he'll probably do this, so make sure you prepare for that. And he just thinks of something else on the fly, and it'll work. So the first half of the movie is just him just doing it. Everything just works. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have to do very much. Second half of the movie, he's no longer in the concert area. He ends up doing something very different. He ends up having to leave with the pop star for a reason that I won't go into very much. And the rest of the movie takes place when he's like at home or like in the streets and stuff like that. And that half of the movie is like, it turns into like a thriller that it seems like you're supposed to try to take it seriously, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's really, really hard to take the movie seriously at this point, making you think he might get caught or something, or like take the scares and thrills seriously after the whole first movie was freaking hilarious. Like, the plot is just like, it's just so convenient, and the way people talk, it's just funny, and everything is just hilarious. And then suddenly it turns into like a thriller horror movie the second half, and you're like, well, I don't know what genre this movie's trying to be. It's like, I don't know what genre this movie's trying to be, but like, it just, the second half is like, I won't say whether or not he gets caught or if he doesn't get caught, but the second half of the movie is like, it takes place while he's outside of the concert, and there's a lot of different things that go on that are supposed to be super tense and stressful, but at the same time, you can't really feel it because you know he just gets out of everything for free. Like, he just is a walking get out of jail free card. Like, I mean, like, there's literally a point where he's absolutely cornered in a limousine and he just gets out. Like, I'll say that he literally, at the end of the movie, like towards the end of the movie, there's a point where he's cornered in a limousine, right? He's literally, there's no way. The SWAT is around him. He's cornered in a limousine. He should be caught dead to rights, right? Somehow, in the limousine, he fully changes his clothes and steps out of the limousine and escapes into a crowd of people in a different outfit. What? How did he do that? How did he do that? I'll buy the thing that happens right before that I won't say completely. Basically, he ends up sneaking into the limousine. That I'll buy, even though it's absurd in a certain kind of way. But the way he gets out of it is ridiculous. It's just, I was like, how did he manage to do that besides having Harry Potter magic abilities, bro? There's no way. But yeah, so, you know, that's really just like how the whole movie was. First half is like kind of goofy and like he's in the theater. Second half is like in the street / his home and it's like turns into like a thriller that you can't really take seriously. At the end of the movie, without spoiling exactly what I mean by this, it turns into Friday the 13th, the very first one somehow. It's like weird. And then at the very end of the movie, he's like Superman. I'm not gonna explain what that means. Let me just say that he definitely tanks a lot more than he's supposed to be able to tank. Not in terms of like dying or anything, but there's something that happens at the end of the movie where I'm like, how did you manage to do this? You are a regular man. Oh my god, a regular man. But at the end of the day, like I said, movie, as far as M. Night Shyamalan's movie goes, like, it's not up there with like his Sixth Sense and his super great movies or anything like that, but it wasn't particularly, like, I mean, it's bad, right? Like, it's not great. It's like not great. It's like mid, maybe closer to bad than mid, but like, it's not, as far as my enjoyability of watching the movie, if you just don't take it that seriously and you just watch it and like just have fun, it's kind of a fun time. Like, I had fun as soon as I just realized I couldn't critique it based off of like the act. Like, you could, if you're a critic, I guess, critique it based off of its seriousness and the way it moves and stuff, and I do that for some movies, I guess, but like this one in particular, it's just like, I can't. It would have been, if I give it a rating based off of like how good it is, it's like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6. Like, it's not very good. Like, it's really not. But I honestly enjoyed my time watching it though, like, because of how goofy it was. And if, like I said, if you don't take it seriously, bro, I say the movie is like an 8 out of 10. It's not, its actual rating is like a 5, right? But my personal enjoyability rating is like an 8 because it was funny as hell, bro. I had a good time watching it, bro. It's like, I honestly, if you want to watch it, like, when you watch the trailer and think about how suspenseful it looks, if you want to watch it for its suspense and stuff like that, I wouldn't recommend it, because it's gonna let you down really hard, because it's not suspenseful. It's just the plot moves so freely and there's no tension. Not until maybe the last 30 minutes, and even that isn't that crazy. It's just the only time where it feels like a thriller or a horror movie. That's when it starts to feel like it, right at the end. But before that, it's all just like, if you're going to watch it for the suspense part, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to go ahead and just enjoy yourself and like watch the movie just to have some fun, this movie's fun, bro. This movie is fun. It's like fun to watch. It was just fun to watch, especially if you grab a friend and y'all just point out of the goofy stuff. That's what I did. I went to go see it with my friend. But like, yeah, if you just go and point out all the goofy stuff and laugh with it together, it's a fun time. I honestly, as far as ranking it in M. Night's like movies, bro, his filmography, it's like, as a movie, it's pretty freaking low. But like, it's definitely one of the movies I wouldn't mind watching again just to have fun again, because it's just so dumb. It's just so dumb, but I had fun with it, man. So yeah, my official rating, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, but if y'all like me doing movie reviews and stuff like this, like on the fly, like obviously this wasn't scripted, just let me know. I can do more of them if you want me to. Just tell me what movie I should watch, and I'll just do a real quick review like this, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, this isn't obviously as scripted as like my jank reviews videos. Those are obviously scripted. I just literally just came through the door and just was like, I kind of want to do this. If y'all like this video, please leave me a like at the bottom. If you haven't subbed yet, you know exactly what to do. And with all that being said, fellas, I will catch y'all in the next one.